Hi, Dwayne. How you doing? I want to just go through your work here with you. Um, uh, I'm going to just give you a video critique for your final instead of a written. So hopefully this is a little more valuable. So, anyways, looking at the cover, let's take a look at the cover now. There's a couple of things here that I would consider to be questionable typographic practice, and mainly it would be stroking these letters here. It's okay in the logo, I suppose, if that's the way the logo is designed, but you never want to stroke letter forms. And the reason why is because it actually changes the shape of the letters. And it just doesn't work. As you can see, the letters are, if you see this black stroke that you've added to these letters in your subheads here, you can see the black here, on the black background, the letters are starting to fall apart because the black stroke already kind of cuts into the letter. So placing it on a black background makes the letters look very frail. So I always suggest to students, I always recommend to students, do not ever in any circumstance stroke type. There's other ways to draw contrast to type. Um, the cover itself compositionally is not in balance. It's really heavy to the left for two reasons. Number one, the Jeep is tilted to the left, and then you have this type right here at the bottom, which isn't countered over here with anything. So you do have these yellow stripes up here that are countering and somewhat balancing it, but it's making it more top heavy. So if you were to turn this on its side, it would be heavy to the left. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to check your balance on this whole thing. I think a really simple fix would be to move this down. And plus it's cutting your guy right in the head. And I would question that if I were an AD for this. I would definitely question it. I would also say that this area right up here is very, very cluttered. Probably no reason to have this up here. Probably no reason to have that up there right now. It's pushing the logo down, the masthead down in the composition where it doesn't really need to be. I think maybe I would definitely move that and that down in the composition. I think that would really, really make a big difference. Try it. You'll see what I mean. Contents page. You don't need these P's, P dot dot. You can just use the page number and line them up to the fives, so the single digit, so that you know, you would have two spaces in front of the three to line up with the 0 and 100, or not many magazines go up to page 100, but like 96, you would have 03, but not showing the 0, just moving that 3 over to that column right there. This changing the colors here is kind of a little bit, I mean, I see what you're trying to do and it works somewhat. Um, but I think that the reason it is drawing a little bit of confusion is that this second line here, right here, indent that. So it says, we're going to move that P for 15. So it's just going to say 15. Then you're going to have a space. It's going to say LA Convention Stars. And then you're going to indent this, the best of LA, to line up with the red LA there. See? So it just says page 50. Sorry about that. So it just says page 15. And then the text, and then that's blank right there, but the text lines up. So this whole text column right here would line up. And same thing here, and here too. So some alignment issues. I understand tilting this to try to get a little bit of movement going in the page, but I think this page is overdone. You have this on an axis, you have this on an axis, you have these numbers are stroked. You have this red type stroked over this cover here, and then the background images. There's too much going on. So I would clean that up a bit. And I also really question the decision to break up this grid the way you have with the images. So this is crossing a grid right here. This is crossing a grid right here. And it's not so apparent, although it is apparent, but it's not so bad on the cover page as it is in your interior spread, which we'll talk about right now. Again, we have this stroked type, and is that the same font as this Jeep World? I think it is. So that's questionable. That would not be the same. It is. That wouldn't be the same. That wouldn't be the same font as the masthead. So I would change that. Also, watch your kerning and your look what the stroking that thing does to your kerning. It completely tightens your letters up. So that is almost illegible. Um, and then here's what I'm talking about right here is this decision here to break the grid with this image. I think it's really destroying the page. I really do. I think it is. Um, so I would, and I'm not saying that because I'm not going to grade on that. That's a decision and composition, not typography. So it creates this weird negative space here. So it kind of goes, the eye kind of follows this line here and almost to an exit strategy. So I question that. Otherwise, the body copy looks really good. Good decision here with the page, with the space between instead of an indent on the body copy. I like that. Okay, again, you have here this other decision, another decision break in the grid where you're creating these lines that are not really natural. Okay, so you're going like this, and then like these are spaces aren't natural. So I question that decision. I would reconsider that. You've got some alignment issues here, or again, that's breaking the grid. So that is the center line is here. So it's kind of throwing the whole balance of the page off, as is the fact that you've got these blotches back here. Let's get rid of those. We don't need those. And then watch your baseline. Watch your baseline alignment. Every one of these is aligned differently, and that's really adding some uncomfortable visual tension to the page. We're missing our folios here. Rags need to be cleaned up. Some areas of your rags are okay, but they really need to be cleaned up. Other than that, I would say, you're looking good. The work is good. Folios, page numbers. 2015, we have some areas here where you're using the letters where I suggested that you use lining numerals because these are really difficult to read. Lining numerals, even at this small typeface size, would be very much more legible. Likewise, 2015. So 20 there. Okay, so food for thought again, lining numerals. All right, so that's all I have really. So good job, and I appreciate everything you've done. I've really enjoyed having you in the class, Dwayne. You're a good student, and you're very easy to work with, and I appreciate that. So thanks very much.